What's up? Welcome back to Nostalgia. Dave here with a review of Sserafim's fourth EP, fourth mini album, Crazy. This release is coming at an interesting time for Sserafim. Of course, Sserafim has really blown up since their debut in 2022, one of the most popular and in-demand new K-pop girl groups. However, 2024 has been a distressing year for this group, which is funny because they weren't even involved with a lot of the larger label controversy over at HYBE that groups like Illit and New Jeans were connected to. No, LE SSERAFIM's issues were really kind of all of their own making, stemming from, I think, declining music quality over the last two releases with Unforgiven and Easy, following the immense success of their first two releases, Fearless and Anti-Fragile. But I think even more so than that was the really disappointing Coachella performance earlier this year, where LE SSERAFIM's live vocals really came into question. Criticism got so strong and, arguably over the line to the point that LE SSERAFIM actually deactivated Instagram comments on the official account. Those comments have since been turned back on in the lead up to Crazy, but I think a lot of LE SSERAFIM fans and just general K-pop observers have really been curious about how the group would bounce back from this. And I think on the surface, you look at Crazy, the single, debuting to the strongest Spotify streaming number debut of any K-pop girl group song this year, which I think is pretty significant considering aespa, New Jeans, Twice have all dropped this year. So popularity seems to be there on its surface, although I think the physical sales over in Korea maybe are slipping a bit. But I think overall the popularity of this group is not really in any danger. The question for me ultimately, of course, is the music getting better? While LE SSERAFIM's Crazy is a step in the right direction from their past two releases, I don't think Crazy matches the quality of Fearless and Anti-Fragile. I don't even think we're that close. But what it does do is continue the pretty consistent genre experimentation that I think has kind of become the sound of LE SSERAFIM. It's clear that this is a group that wants to dabble in different sounds and different sonic ideas. And that is refreshing compared to a lot of their peers, the ability to jump around and not necessarily just follow an established trend. Crazy has a lot of house and electro production. I think it's pretty obvious that they took inspiration from their song last year, Eve Psych and Bluebeard's Wife. I think the songs on Crazy are pretty solid. An issue Crazy, a lot like the issues with Unforgiven and Easy, is that LE SSERAFIM isn't being put in a position to really shine vocally and really have personality come through. To me, the best of LE SSERAFIM thus far has been really memorable and fun vocal moments and melodic moments, and that's kind of still being reined in a bit. Going through the songs here, the first song, Chasing Lightning, of course it's an intro song, really bass heavy electro beats, setting that vibe, getting us acclimated to what's to come. A lot of talking back and forth, kind of fun for an intro track. Track 2, of course, is Crazy, the title track here, big house beat. I love Jaewon on the first verse. The chorus on this song, though, ultimately it's very minimal. It's a short hook and then the dance break, and I think that chorus just isn't crazy enough. It's just simple, it's safe, it's slender, and I just would have liked more pop on that. I think lyrically, they're nodding to ballroom and drag culture. I don't really know how convincing of a messenger LE SSERAFIM is when it comes to making a song in homage to that. Nonetheless, I do think it's kind of cool that they took a new approach with the choreography on this song, doing voguing for the first time. I think this is better than Easy, but I don't think it's I think Crazy as a song is better than Easy, that's for sure, but it still comes across as a bit safe to me. The next song, Pirot, I think this beat's quite fun. The verses, I think solid use of autotune on there for the most part. The chorus is definitely better on this one. And you have this kind of choir harmonizing out of nowhere, I guess almost nodding to Yeonjun's roots, doing theater when she was younger, I'm not sure. But I think that song's pretty good. And then track 4, 1-800 Hot and Fun, I also think this is better than Crazy. This song was nodded to by LE SSERAFIM at Coachella earlier this year. They actually performed at least some of it, in its unreleased form. And this song, of course, has rock. It's guitar going hard, and honestly, Dreamcatcher vibes for sure. I actually think it goes pretty well. I think it's the best chorus on the whole release easily because it's the most fully formed one, but also has, I think, the most fun and carefree lyrics on the whole album. It's not lost on me that 1-800 Hot and Fun, which of course has plenty of English lyrics, collaborators include Blood Pop and Omer Fedi, of course, Western producers, stood out to me. And then the last song, Crazier, is an outro ballad. Really sounds incredibly out of place, in sequence on this release. Not something for me. But yeah, I think, again, step in the right direction for the Seraphim. I still am yearning for the early stuff. That's the sound of theirs that I like the most. I feel like I say this a lot with K-pop music, but really looking forward to a full-length album from this group. The Unforgiven album doesn't really count, considering most of that was already released material, so we've really gotten 5 consecutive EPs from this group, so I think it's time for something fully formed and, as an artistic piece, probably next year. I also think next year Le Sserafim will tour the United States, it sounds like, so that's exciting. But yeah, let me know, what did you think of Le Sserafim's Crazy? Do you agree it's not as good as their best stuff, but still better than some of their recent output? Where you landed with that? And for more music reviews, more K-pop reviews, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.